All right. We're here with Keranos, God of Storms. I really like this god. I probably won't ever get devotion for it, but I still really like it. It's a 5-mana 6/5, indestructible god. If you have devotion, it becomes a 6/5. If you don't, it's just an enchantment. Reveal the top card. Reveal the first card you draw each turn. If it's a land, you draw it, so you basically draw 2 cards. And if it's a non-land, you get a lightning bolt somewhere. Both of these effects are pretty useful to me. I like them. I really want to play some kind of blue-red storm deck. I don't think this is the commander for it. Probably not at all. But it's still a blue-red storm deck anyways, and I think it works just fine with this. The Planeswalkers are what we were doing with Sarkhan. We have a bunch of extra turns. I don't have Karn's Temporal Sundering in here, because you kind of need a legendary creature or Planeswalker to have it active, and I can't really do that without consistently giving this devotion, and I'm just not doing that, so that's an extra turn that's not in here. I don't have the other 5-mana Time Warp. It's a mythic, I don't have it, but I would put that in here if I did have it. I'll probably end up running more Lightning Bolt effects. Even Shock is kind of fine, totally fine, honestly, with Mystic's Mastery and Thousand Year Storm, and what's the other one? Underworld Breach, right? Stuff like that, just to storm people out. But for the most part, taking 2 extra turns is almost always good enough to win a game anyways. I also might want to look into the 2 Delve spells, Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, but they're currently not in here. The counterspell package is just solid. It doesn't really help you with the storm thing, but if you just play that kind of game and get to the storm thing later, if you even need to do it, you know, I think that's totally viable. So that's the premise of the deck. Like, comment, subscribe, send it. Okay. Going on in the stream? What do you mean? Force Tatland, I guess. Oh, I thought you were implying there was, like, you were seeing something nuts. No, we're playing some Keranos, which I suppose would qualify for something nuts. I feel like Tasigur would do very well with a lot of green opening creatures, and I haven't really seen that out of Tasigur players, which is quite surprising. I feel as though even if you are like a blue-black Delve Mill thing, you still, the best thing you could do is run Llanowar Elves. Just haven't, like, seen that. Or Birds of Paradise, or whatever. Yeah, I get what you mean. Playing some Keranos. Nope. There is no strong motive to play Magic, so I will just pass a turn. Okay, my opponent doesn't want to play Magic either. That's pretty cool. Still no reason to play Magic the Gathering. I don't think. My opponent's the only one that made game actions this game. Just cracking some fetch land. 3 fetch lands. Pretty good with Tasigur, I must say. Triple surveil, triple fetch. That's pretty good. There's Psychic Frog yet again. Opponent decides to just not cast Tasigur. Interesting. Figured it would have been what my opponent wanted to do there. I mill 3, return a land, and then... Oh, wait, what? Okay. Get a land. It's not a creature. It's only a land. My opponent got rid of Reanimate, too. That's funny. I mean, that feels as though that was not nearly the most exciting thing my opponent could have done. I wonder if they counter this. I would not really be upset. And then it would also be kind of funny if they countered it, so... Oh, they did! Oh, well, they kind of did. Okay, yep. Do I play... Nope. I did not expect that to, like, snap resolve. Mizzix Mastery. Nah. And now my opponent chooses to do nothing. Okay, you got it. Picks up Cyclonic Rift. Alright, we could probably get rid of Big Score now, right? Fine with me. I probably could have got rid of this too. Let's cast this. I mean, there's no way you counter this. What are you doing? Hey, look at didn't do anything. Now, because I have nothing, I probably should just run this out, and if they counter it, so be it. But, like, I don't have anything, so I wouldn't be too upset if this gets countered. It's not really... I'm just shields down regardless. And Tasigur, as it stands, isn't really doing anything, like, at all. So, by all means. And I don't really care about a 1-3. Like, of the things I know about, none of it concerns me. So, Cyclonic Rift still, like, exists. I can overload and still not really do much. Wait, 1, 2, 3? No, I can't overload. Tragic. Alright, let's cast this. There are not a lot of ideal, amazing, exciting hits here. Prismari Command might be it, although so is Archmage's Charm. Let's take that, I think. That's probably the most exciting. Oh boy. Was good? Well... Tasigur, I guess. Oh, I forgot Tasigur could actually attack. Kind of forgot that was a thing it could do. Do I even care about this? I think I do. Think I do. Snapcaster Mage. So if I play this, I have not enough to do anything else. My opponent activates Tasigur, gets whatever. Snapcaster is pretty decent here. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him Liliana again, I think. Just doesn't feel like I should be concerned about this. I mean, I don't know, maybe I should be. It doesn't give me that vibe. We shall cast you, or at least try. Can my opponent finally, like, actually tap out, please? That'd be pretty cool. Come on, just tap out! What are you doing? YOLO? Fine, YOLO. You only YOLO once. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Oh, it worked. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, YOLO. Wait, no, I don't want to cast that one. Cancel. It actually worked. This is probably GG, yeah. Oh my goodness. We got a window. Yes! They finally just didn't have what they needed. It's gonna be hard to come out of this for the opponent. I suppose it's possible. But we have a whole new hand. Oh my goodness. And an extra turn. And Liliana is dead. Wow, that was just dummy huge. I also didn't play land already, so no. They finally just didn't have it. No rebuttal from the opponent. Oh my goodness. Well, that means they're probably shields down for my next turn as well. And the turn after that. So I'm going to cast this. You know what? I'm actually going to cast this first. It's backwards, but like if that resolves, then I can just cast this. And what are they going to do here? Cyclonic Rift? Which doesn't seem useful. I'm shocked they haven't conceded it. So they can bounce this. It would be, but again, it's not impossible for my opponent to come out of this. We know there's no counterspell. I mean, we're confident. This just shields me through kind of anything my opponent could do now at this point, right? I mean, I already had that, but still. Alright, let's not get adorable. Let's just cast this. Opponent really wants to win this game, I guess. I don't know. Do I even take Tasigur? Do I actually take it? I can activate it. Wow. Alright, I'll take the land. I'm going to take the land, because I know what my opponent's trying to do there. I'm just going to take land. Alright, yeah. Get Schmieded. Ooh. Croxa. And it looks like I'm up against another streamer. At least according to the name. Best be on my best behavior then, right? Well, this is probably okay. Croxa is kind of scary, though. We're both milling a card. Well, they're going to have a very quick Croxa there. That's not useful. Let's play this, right? I could just discard at least these two. Well, that's kind of poop. Wow, that was like Omega poop. Yikes. Hello. Not much. So I can't play Keranos next turn if I don't want to deal with Croxa. And I don't know how to proceed, because they can just cast it later anyways. Cyclonic Rift. No, I don't have the mana for it. I don't like any of the single target bounce options either. So I really want to play Keranos, and it's like so miserable not to. But I don't think I can. I just genuinely don't believe I can cast Keranos. I don't have faith in that. That I am. Okay, that's not really what I expected at all. Huh. I feel like that's maybe not the right idea for the opponent. I don't know. I find that interesting. find that also interesting. Should I have paid more attention, maybe? Okay. Milling me doesn't seem like the best idea here, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, well that was an interesting line. Can't say I expected that. That is a land, but so is search simply flipping. It's probably still right to just simply take a land and just put it into play. So I can play Keranos and still leave up Wash Away. I don't know if my opponent respects Wash Away here. And I don't know. We'll see. Does this do anything other than just hit me? It's just a 6 mana. Okay. That's, again, not Kroxa. Find these lines from the opponent to be interesting. Alright, does my opponent know about Meta Drain? No. I will cast this. Not the most exciting chunk of cards there. Unknown Spy with the resub. Thank ya, thank ya. The One Ring. Oh, I almost want to let this resolve. But no, I'm gonna... I'll just take the Mana Drain. I can bounce this so I don't get Schmied here. Probably the best line. Let's actually off first. River's Rebuke. This does not have haste. There are cards that give it haste, though. I think it's worth it to attempt to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 mana off from casting this. Okay, yeah, now this is just fine. I have Wash Away. They can't just cast Kroxa. Which they haven't gone to yet. Alright, now they can cast Kroxa, but it doesn't actually do that much. I can simply just bounce it again. Yeah, this makes more sense. Spell Swindle is absolutely hilarious. I love it. Okay. Can I do all of them? No. That's okay. Doubling the pillage is kind of nuts. Maybe. I don't know. Underworld Breach, I don't think wins me the game. Oh, okay, they're just done. Oh, it's Garruk. It's Garruk. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do anything with the minus or... Oh, wait. Oh, it's not the Apex Predator. I thought it was Apex Predator. Alright, never mind. Sag. I thought it was Apex Predator. I was about to get really excited. Opponent said hello twice. Alright. Love it. I prefer to not counter anything this turn. That's probably a castable card that makes sense. Shadow Spear? Whoa. This is different. I really like not running, ooh, that wins the game. I really like not running mana rocks and stuff. Gives me so many more card options. Let's get this. Do I play that now? Probably. Another land does, in fact, make sense to me, so. I think I'm just passing. Hoping there's no out-of-nowhere Cavern of Souls. Oh, Spell Swindle. I love it. I think I'll Spell Swindle literally anything, so this is fine. And here, probably play Jace. Oh, I love it. Maybe now I play Keranos, because this is actually kind of annoying. Did they exhaust resources to do this? No, they didn't. I don't think bouncing this is that much tempo, though. It undoes like a mana source, but that just doesn't feel too exciting. It still probably is the right thing to do. I also don't want to crack this until I draw, like, Brainstorm. This seems way too good to pass up. In fact, maybe I should just plus anyways. No, I'm going to just take the minus. I'll just take the minus. I don't know. It's a mana source, right? It's also it's pressure. Just do that. But the plus is also viable. Okay. Looks like we're going to lose it anyways. I do not regret my decision. I'm just going to mount him. I will not Windfall. Can I copy Windfall right now? This would be dedge to this, though. That's kind of ugly. Although, just copying Windfall seems good enough to the point, like, how do I not do that? Just doesn't seem like it's ever wrong to do this. Especially if my opponent has to invest 2 mana, or 3 mana, actually. Removing Ral. This just has to be right. Let's get rid of... all of these are okay. Maybe that one's the worst. And land. And nothing else. These are sorceries. No, I'm just not going to do anything. I could cast one of these, not feel too bad about it. I think I'm fine just waiting. I don't really have to use these treasures until, like, I absolutely do. I also forgot they could just do that, actually. So they didn't have to screw that up. Alright, my opponent's just going all in here. This does not seem like the most ideal thing for my opponents to be doing for their whole turn. In fact, I don't even think they should have fired this up. But maybe they just had nothing else to do. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Alright, well, get Keranos in play. Play this. Part of me really thinks I should play this as a land. And missing land drops is probably wrong. Alright, they're winging it. Censor does not cut it, so... Alright, my opponent just conceded. I don't know... They cast it and conceded. They didn't even wait for me to put a counterspell in the stack. They just saw that it held priority when they cast it, so they just assumed I had a counterspell. But you should never, ever, ever, ever do that. There's plenty of times your opponent does not have a counterspell. You might as well make me show you it if you're going to get this far. actual tragedy. What is that? It was better than Vindicate, actually. It was better than Vindicate. Because they got like 2/2 with haste. Yeah, lands are fine. I also didn't actually read this. Okay. A worse Niv Mizzet? Oh yeah, I mean it's not the ideal commander, but it's new, and I want to play it. Don't know what they could possibly be thinking about. This is the strangest opener from an Anim Pakal deck I have ever seen. I shall leave this up. This is an instant. Suppose completely depends on what my opponent does. Okay. I cannot go shields down. Guide of Souls is annoying, but Guide of Souls doesn't win the game. Beasley number 1. I know. You don't have to remind me. I know. Okay, well, we'll take this opportunity to probably get rid of the land here. The rest of the hand is okay, although Ral is iffy, and I don't want to miss a land drop. Although I am getting treasures. This is fine. I could probably not hit a land here and still be fine. So it looks like I'm going to get a Ral in play. Wait, what's this? What is this? What's that 1 white mana? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got it. Why not? Okay. I'm a little befumbdazzed about that. Just a little. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I shall take this opportunity to draw cards. Alright, we can cast this. I don't think I can copy it. Can I? Hold on. I'm always playing this. And this is 8, 7. Oh, yep, I think we just win. A lot of people just concede when you get to this point in a game. However, this I wouldn't say is a 100% chance to win the game. I'm actually going to keep Charm in the graveyard if I can. I cannot. Okay. Tragic. Still probably lights out, though. People just concede when you do stuff like this. Alright, so this gets Keranos in play. Which is huge. Literally. It's a spell. Does that matter? No, not really. Putting it to the bottom is kind of the same as drawing it in terms of, like, drawing a card. It says hexproof. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one. I will now just pass the turn. Censor is still viable because my opponent's on 3 lands. Alright, this game is probably unwinnable at this point for my opponent. And it won't take much to make them concede, I'm sure. But who knows? They're in it to win it. Oh, no. Alright, they're done. Yeah. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. I'm gonna play Ragavan. Because that's what Ragavan do be doing. Sure, my opponent has a pretty... On the draw against... or on the plays, yeah, it's pretty easy to Not let Ragavan do anything. Haha, but I have drawn one of my only outs to letting my Ragavan touch face. Yes. Good. Yes. Alright, I got nothing. That's fine. I still got a treasure. Yeah, they could have used it to resolve their commander, that's true. A counterspell heavy deck, it's kind of weird to upkeep random. I mean, it stops Keranos, but I don't think that was my opponent's problem. In fact, if I did cast Keranos, they were probably happy. So maybe you're surprised they did what they did there. Okay, what does this do? Target creature gains your choice flying. Sure. So it's a 3/3. What does this do? Not really much. Can I cast this Ral? I really want to cast this Ral. So, although Prism... Oh, this is just too good, though. Treasure in Shatter is just like... This is way too good. Look at all this mana. Soul Warden is not really that interesting. I don't value Soul Warden. Yeah. My opponent's entire turn is dedicated to Toxic Deluge. Yeah, I would probably concede here too. Opponent is mulliganing for the green 1-drop. Love to see it. My commander either draws an extra card a turn or lightning bolts. And it's a 6/5 devotion. I am going to not crack here. Alright. I don't have to crack for an untapped blue, and I will not. Because I have a land drop next turn. Or, excuse me, this turn. There's no reason to brainstorm there. That is an insane... Wait, that's not an insane card. I thought that was something else. My bad. Okay, so... I still kind of like my whole hand. I'm just gonna do this. I mean, I don't know. Could end step brainstorm, which I kind of don't like doing here, but I might end up doing it. No one in their right minds respects Wash Away, because why would they? Okay, so I can remove this, put this to 5. Oh, that's just unfortunate. None of that works. All of this is tragic then. I want to play this, but I can't. Okay, I guess because of that, it's the only thing to do here. I'm not sure if I can come out of this. I maybe just red sweepers in general, where I should be. They would certainly look viable. Not in every matchup, though. So. The value train is a-rollin'. I will take a turn off and run this out. I do have an extra turn. Hitting a single land is solid with Time Warp and all that jazz. Excuse me, River's Rebuke. And I don't appear to be dead, so. Great. Love to see it. So, decline. Because there is no way I am ever recasting that card. Might as well just bounce this at some point in the game. That point appearing to be further and further away from me. Well, I already knew the top card as well, so. Of course, no land. Why would I draw such a thing? Snap Brainstorm? I like that more than... Well, really, that's the only thing I can do, so... I don't think Chandra makes any sense. Let's get rid of you and you. Let's play this. I don't think Essence Scatter is doing anything. Alright, so I have River's Rebuke to sort of come back. It's not really coming back, but it's what I have to do here, so. That's pretty cool. When you cast a creature spell, search your library for planes. Pretty cool. Like it. Love it. Opponent's playing the most honest chunk of cards ever. And of course, they get Esper Sentinel right when I really don't want them. Actually, wait, no, it's fine, right? It's fine, I can just pay for it. Can I do this and... reduce force? No. Alright, yep. Just doing this then. This does not win the game. But it looks funny. There's no haste in hand. My opponent can deal with Keranos while also playing cards, so I'm not really stopping them like in a tempo fashion. Wait, no, I think they really wanted to play creatures here. Oh, they still are. Okay. Okay, now they cannot Conclave Tribunal. I think that was a mistake. I do not in any way agree with that. That is a Siphoner, and that is good. So, bloop. I can deal with Esper Sentinel. I will play this and let my opponent draw. And probably just do this. Oh, you know what? I could have done that backwards and not let him drew. Okay, I'm just a potato. I don't think 2 damage makes any sense. I'm not going to swing. Yeah, I gave him an extra card for no reason. This is a interesting card, but it's... I don't think I'm in a position to deal with it. It is cool, though. I like that. They're just gonna have all the lands out of their deck pretty quickly. That is pretty neat. I like this god here. This goddess. Alright, but yeah, I have to deal with this. I need my Keranos. I'm gonna mill that. So simply do this. My opponent, again, we're at a position where they probably just get closer and closer to conceding when you take a bunch of extra turns. Keranos actually has Devotion. My opponent might actually just be dead here? Hold on. I'm not going to cast that. It's just funny. Yep, my opponent's dead. Look at that. Out of nowhere. Nice. Okay, River's Rebuke was a lot stronger than I think it should have been. They went for a strange line after the Rebuke. Ruric Thar. Oh no. Ruric Thar stacks. Look out. Okay, not many counter spells, or really anything at all. Nope. Okay, like a land, 3 lands, consider, yeah, okay. Let's play this tapped. A land would be good. It's not a land. Oh look, fun. Okay. One into 3 and the game's over. Yay! Land is alright. I don't think I've ever bounced this. Not gonna lie, I didn't really expect them to cast that. So now Chandra's looking really useful. I don't think they'll ever exert this, but... this is the best Chandra turn I've had, like, ever, I think. Killing Birds of Paradise is unfortunately arguably just as good, if not better, but I just want to untap with Chandra. I would like to try to do that, so... But dealing with Birds of Paradise is... unfortunately, just so much better. It's kind of disgusting how this 1-drop is more than 3 times better than this 3-drop. Keranos next turn is looking pretty meh. Alright, looks like I don't get anything. Why would I? Target creature gets a number of times mutated. Alright, so they killed Chandra. They killed it with the weirdest card I've ever seen, but it does it nonetheless. They could have just swung with it. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So Ruric Thar next turn is me losing the game, I think. Is there anything I can truly do about it? No, there's not really anything I can do about it anyways. I can bounce it with Otawara, but that doesn't really get me anywhere. But it looks like that's what I'm just going to have to do. Ruric Thar here is disgusting. Birds is the best card in Magic. It's certainly one of the best cards in Magic Arena. Okay, they did not cast Ruric Thar. Just some random Phoenix thing. I mean, my opponent's presenting problems, and I do have to sift through my answers to continuously maintain a balance here. I don't think there's any reason to shock myself. Discover the Formula is actually pretty good. Do I have a burn spell in my graveyard? No. Okay, face it is. And I think I am just actually, hold on, wait. I can overload this Cyclonic Rift. That has to be right. I'm willing to take 6 as well. Alright, well, you cast Ruric Thar before combat. There you go. There you go. And then when enters or attacks. So I have to do this now. So I take 6, and then I take 7, because I can tap their popcorn thing. I thought it was equal to Ruric Thar's power. I didn't know it was just flat 6. Huh, okay. Okay. Let us... I can do... how was this wrong? Okay, that was just really good. Although Negate's looking kind of... I feel like the most likely thing is to just Windmill Slam Ruric Thar again. Yeah. We have the doubly answers. But Censors extra feel bad. Especially if they drew a land there and just didn't play it. Yep, play this tapped. I could have maybe played that untapped, but I didn't. And until I mean, probably have to play one of these. Probably this one. That is not what I want. I will simply piece it together. I'm not feeling super confident about this back and forth here. But who knows, maybe it works out. I don't think it will, but I have like actually no counter spells in my hand. Which is a little nuts, but rip. Yeah, this looks like it's going to heavily favor my opponent. I'm not even sure what I'm, like, doing right now. Okay, that's probably weird. I don't know. That would look weird. Opponent has a painfully obvious 2-minute counterspell, and I have nothing I can do about it. Yep, I just got completely clowned this game. Absolutely clowned. Whatever, I'll cast this. It resolved. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that just resolved. There are ways for them to bounce it, though. I can't believe that resolved. I don't have anything to do with it, but that's funny. I can now maybe find something? Nope. Opponent just has the perfect answer. So, this is probably my best bet. If they have Wash Away, I lose, though. Alright, whatever. Mana Drain and Choice of Fortunes. Mana Drain is spooky. That is a Lotus Field. Okay, you got it. That is weird. I'm just playing some interesting stuff over there. Very interesting. Alright. I should take my value where I can get it. So I will. We will draw in treasure. I suppose Max Greed is in order. That's a Flage, which I've just not really invested in trying to counter. So I can't believe I got to this point in the game. Okay, we lost Ral, but again, I kind of already got value out of it. Not too upset with that. That is a... Wait a minute, maybe it's fine. Is this fine? Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. My opponent does give me 2 extra turns. Yes! Oh, I can't believe I won that game. I can't believe I won that game. My opponent, like, was behaving like a super counterspell heavy deck, played some random dragons, and then was so threatened by the Thousand Year Storm that they blew up their own board. I think I would have lost if they didn't do that. Hard to tell. But my opponent doesn't know what my hand is. I was ready to concede. I just thought this was gonna... I was about to concede before I cast this, but I stuck to what I say, stuck to my guns, and I always say, just at least cast the spell to see what happens. So I cast it, it actually resolved, my opponent blew up their own board, and I would have had maybe an interesting turn with this Prismari command if it resolved, and like stayed in play, but... I would not counter that even if I could. Opt is not making sense. Alright, so we're going to blow that up. I think we're blowing it up immediately here. I think... yeah. Treasure Splodies. I don't know how this could be the worst idea, so... Alright, play something. Dang it. Tragic. So, this is a... okay. Given the situation, maybe I just get rid of the fire here. Opponent did not counter that. I believe they could have countered it, though. And now we have Mana Drain. Alright, that's a really good draw. Do I play it? Do I protect it, is the question, with Mana Drain? Probably, right? Like, this is a must-answer problem. Yeah, I feel like Mana Draining here is disgusting. My opponent also has, like, the best counterspell that I'm not running personally. Maybe I should be. Change phases, float the colorless. Look at that. Look at that. The Mana Drain on my turn actually doing something. That might have been the first time that's ever happened. So it is a heist deck. Random storm pieces are terrible. There's chunks of my deck that are not very good. I also just got to untap with these two cards. Let's plus this way. Play this. I'll play the tap land, honestly. Let's play the tap land. It's very unlikely I castle. Can you pick this up? Whenever you cast a spell... No, you can't. Alright, so I'm just hoping they didn't take broken Omega tier cards, I guess. Unlicensed Hearse, that is, I don't think, a big deal in any way, shape, or form. That is an interesting one. I think I'm willing to float mana and try to cast it. I think that makes sense. Exile 8 and use 4. Oh, maybe it isn't, though. Maybe it isn't. Yikes. Because, like, if it doesn't work, I basically lose the game. Oh, they don't have any blue mana. They don't have any blue mana. Which is, like, I don't even have to play around anything. I just win. Oh, they had my spell off of any color. Wow. That's just... Alright, I went from maybe immediately winning to now I probably just lost. Yep, that was... I couldn't have done the worst thing there. Of course they steal the counterspell, yep. Silly me. Silly me. My opponent did not cast their commander. I'm a little bit beside myself that that just happened. But you got it. Fully expect a second counterspell. Probably from my deck again, of course. Yep. Go figure. And I got nothing. I couldn't have left any mana open. I had to tap all 4 of my blue lands. It doesn't matter. Delve or not. I only had 4 blue lands. Couldn't do anything. I would have more cards exiled, I guess, so the hearse would be smaller. It in the long run. Alright, well, I didn't lose the game. That's pretty cool. I actually got out of that. But I was awfully close to losing the game. So we have a Seek land and a Scry land. Probably just at least Seek first. Opponent knows about this too, which is pretty nice. I feel like I'd be in a terrible spot if they cast their commander earlier. But they didn't. Thousand Year Storm. Well, again, another spot where it really isn't doing anything. But I'm still going to cast it because people get very scared of it. Still going to cast it, just not doing anything until next turn. And then it could just immediately win. Although I wouldn't say it's the biggest threat I could have drawn there. Opponent draws a land for the turn, I think. I don't think they played a land last turn. Maybe they did. This Nicol Bolas resolving would not have done anything really anyways, so it's not too big of a deal. I suppose it would have taken out one of the 2 cards here, and both would be quite ideal to have at the same time. Okay, so we cast this. Oh, wait, no, I'm not going to censor. I was going to think about censor in response. That would be obviously insane. I'd lose my ability to cast the pillage. That would be really, really not good. Be profoundly not good. That was a lot of lands. Yikes. But fortunately I got this. So. Oh, we got big score? Yeah, alright, so that should just be game then. Nice. I actually got it. Look at that. I actually got there with this. Opponents let me do it too? Oh, man. Oh, man, I can do so many things! I can do so many things. Maybe casting Brainstorm is too time-consuming. Probably didn't even want to do that. Alright, they exile some cards out of my graveyard. You got it. Alright, opponent says good game. I think they're gonna... Yeah, they're not gonna make me click through all this. But, yeah. Nice! There was that one window, yep, where that extra turn, I almost got blown out, but I didn't get blown out. Ooh, wait a minute. No, it still wouldn't have mattered. Both the counterspells I had would not have let me have done the right thing. Alright, so that was... Wait a minute. So, tap 3 blue, 8, have 1 untapped blue. They still counter it. It goes to my opponent's turn if I delved enough to also leave up an additional land, so I had 2 untapped lands. I could have had my Disdainful Stroke up for this. However, if they did cast it in minus to kill Chandra, Keranos would just kill this. Okay, so for a deck with not a lot of mana ramp sources, quote-unquote, you got like Strike It Rich, Ragavan, I guess. It's hard to cast Keranos, so it's probably a good idea to run like Tempo, Wizard, Blue-Red Prowess, Creatures, obviously Blue-Red, stuff like that. And just try to beat your opponent to death, get some creature-based devotion going, and then Keranos is like your side gig complementary thing that you play at the top end of it, where you know, oh, you have devotion, you're swinging for a bunch, you're sometimes drawing 2 cards, or, you know, skipping over your land draws and drawing something better, or getting random lightning bolts. But I just didn't want to do that, and the way I had it built, it was a little difficult to ever cast it. I will say the package of Storm stuff on without going super into Storm, on top of just extra turns essentially storming you off by themselves, is just really good, right? And then in conjunction, if you ever copy one of your extra turns, your opponent most likely concedes, no matter how low power those 2 extra turns are. A lot of people will simply concede. And even if they don't, taking 2 extra turns in a row is completely disgusting and very hard to do anything about. The burn spells didn't feel too exciting. They have to line up pretty nice with dealing with relevant early creatures, and you only need really one of them if you ever get Thousand Year Storm in play, which is not really reliable. It's a 100-card format, and you only have 1 copy, and you can't really look for it because you're blue and red. There's no really enchantment tutor or black tutors. You can't really find it, so it's not something you should lean heavy into, especially without a commander that copies anything, like Ral's Storm Conduit. So you could easily replace Ral with Keranos and just swap them or whatever, or just not run this altogether. And your deck would probably be a little bit better because, you know, ever untapping with Ral into Time Warp or the Temporal Manipulation, the other 5-mana one, basically just wins the game. That we're just not doing that. But I will say, as a value engine, it was pretty satisfying. Lightning Bolt, unfortunately, is not very good in Historic Brawl, so random 3 damage, not the strongest thing to be doing. It really isn't. It does harass Planeswalkers, which is pretty good. It's an indestructible enchantment, which is also pretty good. It's better as a non-creature than a creature most of the time, so you get that as a little bit of a plus. I did actually make it a creature a couple times, though. But for the most part, the lightning bolts are not super exciting. They would be exciting if this cost like 3, right? And maybe there was a clause to change how it words. Like maybe it's only 2 damage, but this costs 3. That would probably just be better. Because a lot of the things that you want to kill with lightning bolt kind of already die to shock. So if it was like a cheaper costed card, it would, it'd be nice, but it isn't. So the format's a little too fast for something like this, and if you are playing a bunch of counterspells to, draw go, and get to a point where you can just sorcery speed, windmill slam Keranos, it has to really be worth it to do that, because you're going into your opponent's turn probably tapped out, and if it's to your opponent playing their 6th land, and you have no mana up, that's kind of scary, and especially with a deck like this where Cyclonic Rift and River's Rebuke are your like 2 big ways of getting out of a giant scary thing happening, right? So it's hard to cast Keranos, and even if I had mana rocks, that would just mean I have less things to actually do, right? I would have less spells to actually cast, because I'd have to make room for the mana rocks in the first place. Not the most exciting thing to do, and it's kind of cool, and I really like the idea of running commanders that like mana rocks, but also don't have to play them. I think that's actually interesting. You just get to play more unique cards. I just like 30 or so, not 30, but 10 to 12 more cards in your deck that are not just mana. You're less in on racing to the same spells every time, and more interaction, more counter spells, more card draw, all that jazz. So it's really cool. It's really cool that I think that's actually a viable way of doing things. It makes green even more polarizing when it's the only one doing mana related things, but it's neither here nor there. So I don't know if I can recommend Keranos as a commander for this exact list, but Keranos as a card is alright. It's okay. I could try a different deck list with a bunch of creatures in it and try to Ledger Shredder, beat down, Snapcaster Mage, the Owl Prowess thing, and just bludgeon people to death that way. But, I'll just leave that for other people who like beatdown strategies. You know me, I'm going to avoid them when I can, so let me know what you thought about this list. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Also, yes, GG's, good night, and who was this? Tabaki getting in with a 300th follow on Twitch. I said it, and someone in the YouTube comment must have hopped in on the Twitch one and got it there. That's funny. Well, thanks for the follow. We're at 300 Twitch followers. Look at that. It took 5 years. Yay. Probably not a record. I wouldn't say that's a record, but you know what? It's my record because I have nothing to compare it to. Cool. All right. See you guys next time.